Oklahoma congressmen are holding several town hall meetings amid questions on health care reform. Representative Tom Cole addressed concern Tuesday in his hometown of Moore. Nearly 150 people showed up at Cole's meeting in Duncan last week, and hundreds were there again Tuesday.
That's one of the reasons, frankly, why the debate is so confused as to what's really out there, because there's not a single proposal from the administration that Congress is now considering. What has worked its way through the House, we're going to talk about the House and the Senate separately. The House actually is close to having a bill. The goal originally was to try to get the thing through, I think, certainly before the August break. That's unfortunate. This is a big problem. It's a big issue, and honestly, we have plenty of time. Even if you support the bill that is being considered right now, that bill, frankly, will not take full effect till 2014 anyway. So we don't have to be in a big hurry. We need to actually take the time to consider what we're doing here. But the House had 3 different pieces of legislation that will move toward one bill. How you're going to pay for it and whether there would be a public option on the Senate side goes through something called the Senate Finance Committee. And it's stuck there right now. There's really negotiations between 6 senators that have been going on for months about whether or not 3 Republicans, 3 Democrats, whether or not they can find a bipartisan bill. So far, they've not come up with a common solution. I understand they've worked through a lot of their issues, but they've not been able to do it. Now, on the Senate, we're hearing that there will be no public option and a very different tax proposal, although we don't know what, or different pay for. So you've got these 2 very different amorphoses. Assuming the House passes its bill and the Senate passes its bill, they'll then go to what's called a conference committee, okay? In a conference committee, they'll have people from each side, senators and congressmen. They'll work out the differences between the 2 bills. So they merge them into one common bill. It then comes back and on an up or down vote goes to the House and the Senate. No amendments allowed, no more changes. That's what it is. They now have a common bill, and then it would go on to the president for final signature. So that's where we are in the process.
I would like to know if the Congress, the Senate, and the president is going to go along with this program and do it themselves.
But I voted in favor of that if this passes, we should all be under it, and frankly, I'm co-sponsor of a bill that's by Representative John Fleming, who is a doctor, by the way. He represents the Baton Rouge area down in Louisiana, and the bill says if you voted for it, you should be under it. I think whether you voted for it or not, if it passes, you ought to be under it. So, yeah, but that's not been part of it. Now, to be fair, a member that had a different view would say this. What this is a choice. That is, if you already have health care, you don't have to be under this if you don't want to be. So they would say, so yeah, I would have the choice just like anybody else. I think if you're going to put this out there and you really want to ensure that it's got the quality that you want people to have, then put members of Congress in it.
If you missed Cole's town hall meetings, you can attend other meetings this week. Representative Mary Fallon will hold a town hall meeting this Thursday at Francis Tuttle's Portland campus. That goes at 5:30 p.m. And Senator Tom Colburn will be on hand next Monday. Colburn's town hall will be held August 24th at the Chase Bank Building on Broadway.